Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Queen Quilla. Today's topic of discussion is going to be about the Maknae line and some of the questions and concerns that I have and have come across in regard to some of the social media sites where BTS content is available. First, I would like to make a statement that I am not new to BTS, nor am I new to the ARMY. However, I am new to the fan fiction side of BTS. I have found some content in regard to the fan fiction to be entertaining. And then there's other content that I found to be quite disturbing and pushing an agenda based off of the admin's manufactured narrative in regard to BTS, certain BTS or all BTS members. The main question that I have come across a lot on, which is why I wanted to do this video, was the hate that all the members receive, especially the members on the Maknae line. And the question that I have is why? Why is there so much hate generated towards these three members, and for what reason? The question that I pose to those individuals whose message or comment that I've come across where they blatantly, stated that they hated, Taeyoung, or they hated JK, or they hated Jimin. Why? Did they do anything to you? Did they do anything to cause physical, emotional, mental distress, within yourself, within the home? Is it something that you generated within yourself and you're projecting it off on these members because maybe they've exceeded in life where you have failed? Those are the questions that I have. I'm not sure of anybody else. Maybe some others have the same question or wondering the same thing. So I welcome any comment that, or anyone that could come in and give me some insight as to why they feel that these members get so much hate. And if you are one that feels hatred towards these members, give us some insight, some 411 on why you hate them. Why are you projecting such a negative emotional response towards these individuals? What's the reason? When I start going into talking about, them individually, I don't have, anything against them. I actually like them. I find them to be quite entertaining. They remind me of my own sons. And if you're a mother or a parent, and you've raised kids, or you're raising, kids, you have that mindset. To me, the three youngest of BTS remind me of a chaotic trio. They're like triplets you take, and you have to warn them, when we go in the store, you better not touch nothing, you don't ask for nothing. And they do the total opposite of what you expect them to do or what you ask them to do. And then they provide such good commentary, comedian side of it, So I'm a little lost as to how they could have generated so much heat towards them. Jimin, I want to talk about Jimin. Why, does he have so many monikers on him? To me, I'm not going to label him as a homewrecker. This is one of the things I found a couple little, negative things about Jimin that I wrote down in my little notes to ask questions on. And the main ones that I come across is homewrecker. And when I see homewrecker, I have to ask, what is he wrecking? Whose home is he wrecking? Is he wrecking yours? This is a question towards the people or the individuals that have said that Jimin is a homewrecker. So again, give me the T, the 411. What is going on? Is he wrecking your home? Did he come in like a wrecking ball? Tearing down walls, stealing food, clothes, your dogs, your cats, your kids. Maybe he stole your man or your woman, I'm just trying to figure out why he has the label of a homewrecker. So I'm not going to personally call him a homewrecker. I'm just going to call him Wreck-It Ralph. That's his new moniker for me, Wreck-It Ralph, until I can get some insight as to why he is labeled as a homewrecker. Whose home is he, wrecking? If it's towards other members, how is he wrecking their home? Because as far as I know, none of the members ever disclose where they live or whom they live with. So how is Jimin, being exposed as a homewrecker if we don't even know whose home he's wrecking? So that's a label that's placed, misdirected towards Jimin for no reason. So I would like to know why we're labeling him Wreck-It Ralph. Well, I label him Wreck-It Ralph. Other individuals labeled him as a homewrecker. So I want to know why Wreck-It Ralph is being labeled as a homewrecker. So someone please, in the comment section, nicely and, and appropriately, send me some comments, some answers as to why Wreck-It Ralph is wrecking homes. And if he wrecked yours, please give me the 411. I want to know. Okay, so now, here's the other thing. The clinginess. That's another thing that I found out. He's clingy to JK. And I have to say, I've watched all their original content. I've never seen him clingy, any more than he is affectionate and loving towards all the other members. So I don't see where he's so clingy to JK. I don't get it. So again, with that being said, please direct me into the original content. I don't want any manufactured, videos from any of the social media. I want to be directed towards original content. I need original content so that I can see this for myself, where y'all are finding that he's clingy, and especially to JK. I personally think that Jimin is a very loving, affectionate, caring, funny individual. So this clingy thing is mind-boggling to me as to why, he has that label on him. Why is he clingy? And so what if he's clingy to JK? I've never seen JK, dispassionate about it. I'm quite sure he's a grown man. If he felt it was too clingy, he know how to push him off, because, the way JK, be rolling up in there, I'm quite sure he more than capable of saying, back up, fool, you on me too much, with no problem. And they would do it. So I'm just, send me some, insight, original, of where, some of y'all think that he's clingy, and, let me in on this so that I won't have too many questions, and, some of my questions can be answered. The other thing is he interferes with JK and Tay. And I am a little confused with that one as well, because those three, as I said before earlier, they're like triplets. So they're very close, very good. They have a very good solid bond and foundation to which they build their relationship on. So where is he interfering with that? Now, I have seen in original content where all three of them have displayed some sort of jealousy towards one or the other. And it's only because they're being excluded. So let's say V-men are together and they're hanging out, and there comes the bunny, he's hopping along and he's feeling left out. So, he wants to be in the middle. Hey, don't leave me out. What are you guys doing? How dare you, entertain yourselves without me? And then when you have the jig cook, Tay comes along, prowling along, growling like, hey, why y'all leaving me out? I'm a part of this trio too. And then you have the Tay cook side where they're entertaining. And then here comes the little chicklet. He's in there like, hey, y'all left me out. So that's normal. That's, something that's normal. That's the only way I could put it. It's normal for, individuals who are closely connected, who've always spent so much time together, to feel some sort of, neglect or jealousy towards others when they feel left out. If you have children, you will understand that. If you're a sibling, you would understand that. If you're in a relationship, you would understand that wholeheartedly, that when someone you care about and you've known to spend time with tends to spend more time with someone else, you feel neglected, you feel left out. So then the jealousy comes in. Well, why you can't spend time with me? I mean, am I not important? Those are the stuff that I get from their relationship. I don't get anything and haven't got anything where JK or Jimin has interfered in JK and Tay's relationship or vice versa. It's just a bonding thing that they have. So again, send me, the links, or, direct me, to original content where you've seen something where Jimin was interfering between JK and Tay. And I will look at it and give my feedback on it from there. So those are the 3 issues that I found to be repetitive when it comes to Jimin's side. So I'm going to move along to Tay and speak on some of the issues that I found with Tay, which happens to be the clinginess, the laziness. He's disgusting. Again, these comments are like, out there, and so I have to ask, where's he lazy? Where is he clingy? And how is he disgusting? So most of these comments come from, video uploads of in the soup moments, and the lazy, disgusting part of it. I'm going to talk about the lazy, where there was a comment or several comments within the soup videos that said because he asked JK to cook a meal for him, or a couple times he asked JK to cook a meal for him, he was labeled as lazy. Now, I have to say personally, in my opinion, we're going to put a label on someone for being lazy because they asked a fellow member to cook a meal for them. I'm going to have to call in a question on some of y'all, out there who says he's lazy. Now, I know most of the commenters and fans out here are, underage or, teenagers or young adults, and some of y'all are still living at home or off in college. But the question I pose to you is, when you're living at home and you want to get a meal cooked, don't y'all expect your parents to cook the meal, especially your moms? I mean, you're out here, you expect the mom to cook you a meal, wash your clothes, clean up your room, pick up after you. Isn't that lazy? Wouldn't y'all consider that lazy? Some of y'all that's off in college that come home and drop your laundry basket expecting your mom to wash your clothes. To me, that's lazy. So we're putting labels on someone. Let's check our own selves before we get into the comment section and get, froggy with our fingertips and start spewing out, labels on somebody if your backyard isn't clean as well. Then on top of that, how do we put a label of lazy on someone just because, he asked someone to cook his meal for him? I mean, some of us out here want somebody to cook a meal. I mean, me as a parent, my sons, they cook their own meals and they'll cook me some. You want to call me lazy? I'll be lazy. I sure enough will, because if my children want to fix me a meal, I'm going to lay like the queen I am and enjoy that meal that's been cooked for me. So if you want to label that as lazy, by all means, go ahead. I'll wear that crown very highly because I take very good care of my kids and family members, and I have cooked. So because I asked or because a meal is cooked for me, you want to say that I'm lazy. I'll take it. I'm lazy then, because there's plenty of us out here in the world that are doing that. There's plenty of us out here that want someone to cook us a good meal, especially if they know how to cook. If I had me a chef and he knew how to cook, or I was a part of the BTS and they knew how to cook, I'd be sitting right at their table with my chopsticks, fork, knife, spoon, whatever it is I need to eat with, hands, feet, whatever it is, I'd be right at that table too. Ooh, can you cook me some while you over there? Call me lazy. Now, I don't personally think that that's being lazy. He wanted JK came in, asked, and basically bragged about his meal. I would have done the same thing. Well, since you over there bragging, how about you go in the kitchen and cook me some? Let me get some of that good meal that you cook. That's me. You want to say that's lazy? By all means, say so. Also, we want to talk about him being disgusting. Why? What's disgusting about him? I mean, do you live with him? Do you know him personally to, put this label on him to say that he's disgusting? I mean, I'm looking for, commentary. I'm looking for, answers as to why these labels are placed on these young men and for what? What did they do to you to have these labels placed upon them? There's a, comment that was very disturbing that I seen in regard to, Tay, telling him that he needs to stay away from JK because JK finds him disgusting. And, I'm just trying to figure out how. I mean, did JK personally tell you that he found him disgusting? Let me know. Give me the 411. I want to know. I mean, I'm reading this comment and it's like, I won't expose, the individual because that's not my intent. My intent is to, get answers for my questions. So I'm going to read off, a couple of, comments that I've, saved that I found disturbing. But I won't expose the individual. I'm quite sure some of you, once I start reading, some of you will know who I'm speaking on or have come across, across these comments. So when, I read it, these are the questions that I have. It says, who do you think you are, Taeyoung? Leave Jungkook and Jimin alone. Why are you torturing them and interfering with their relationship? Who gave you the right to climb to Jungkook? Now, I'm sorry, some of these comments, do y'all proofread these comments? Then I had to think, well, maybe some of these comments are in English because English is not, their first language, spoken language. So I have to, go in and say, don't judge them for the lack of grammar within the comment section because they, English may not be their first language. But it's disturbing to me that, Jungkook hates you, Taeyoung. Leave him alone. He does not want your touch. JK is sick of your face. He hates you enough to chase him. Get out of your fantasies, clown. You are a disgrace. You are a disgrace to Korea. Everyone hates you and does not hide it. Leave them alone. Take a knife and deliver us from ourselves, a loser. Wow. I mean, whew. I have to ask, Taeyoung, what did you do to this individual? Because that's a lot of hate. That's a lot of projection. That's a lot of things in this comment. And then I have to say to the individual who wrote it, you must have first-hand, knowledge. You must be on a personal, first name basis, with JK. He must have told you a lot because what you put in these comments is a whole lot of information that have us, well, me personally, question. I don't find any of that in any of the original content. I don't see where JK is sick of Tae's face. I don't see any of this stuff. So again, let somebody else know, after, hearing what I read, did y'all understand this? Are y'all in agreement with this? Is there some out there that I may have missed in the original content? None of this manufactured, narrative that's going on here on YouTube and all these social media sites. But in the original content, did I miss something? Interview, BTS, Run BTS episodes, In the Soup episodes, anything that pertains to BTS. Did I miss something, along the way? And maybe you guys have firsthand knowledge. Please, let me know because I'm a little confused, by these comments. So that's all I have for Tae. Oh, also, I want to know why he gets the most hate and why he doesn't get as much defense in his name as all the other members do. I found, you may not agree with me, and that's fine. I respect all opinions and viewpoints. However, this is coming from what I gather, what I've seen within the videos on social media sites. I don't see a lot of defense when it comes to Tay as I do when it comes to Jimin, as I do when it comes to JK. The older members don't have as much hate as the younger members do. So when I'm speaking on this, I'm speaking as the Maknae line as to why Tay doesn't get as much defense recognition as the other two do, and especially from those who consider themselves OT7s. I see a lot of OT7s in the comments that will bypass all the negative hate towards Tay and won't defend him. And I'm not saying all OT7s are like this, so I want you to clearly understand where I'm coming from. There are several OT7s that I've seen in the comment section that will defend Jimin or JK to the max or any of the other members, but when it comes to Tay, they'll bypass. And then you have some OT7s that will stand up for all of them. So, you know, I have to ask why. You know, why is it with him that he gets the most hate and less defense in, you know, the comment section or, you know, on his social media platforms? I welcome all answers. I'm here for it. The next is the youngest. They like to say the golden Maknae, JK. Some of y'all like to refer to him as the international playboy. Me personally speaking, I'm gonna name him Deuce Bigelow, because at this point he's not even attached to nobody internationally. It's all national, you know, all within his, you know, group of idols that he's being shipped with. So I'm gonna call him Deuce Bigelow because for some odd reason he's paired with every member within BTS, and it's a wonder this man is, his brain isn't blown out of, you know, whack. And a lot of y'all wonder why he sits there in interviews doing this number. His hamster in his head is twirling. Y'all have him hooked with so many people. He trying to figure out who he is that day. I mean, you know, he probably have so many personas in his head. His little hamster in there rolling, trying to keep up, you know, with all the commentary that's going on in you know, in the social media sites. I mean, y'all have him paired with this person and that person. The little hamster just done. He on that wheel in his head smoking. And then so when y'all see him looking up in the ceiling or blowing out or staring off into space, because the hamster, he done fell out in the hamster wheel in the brain, and he's trying to figure out what's going on now. And he's so confused, the poor little hamster, so confused in the brain. They got JK looking like he lost in the sauce. So, you know, with that being said, you know, I have to, you know, wonder what's going on with him as well. And the commentary that I find with him the most is the comments of he's abusive. So I have to ask again, this is you know, I wrote a little note to ask this question in regard to, you know, JK's abuse allegations to the individuals out there, and like I said, some of you may have come across some of these comments where JK has been accused of being abusive. So for those who have come across these comments or have, you know, spoken out against JK and have called him abusive, I want to know, when you say he's abusive, is he mentally, emotionally, physically, sexually? Is he, you know, accused of neglect abuse, animal abuse, substance abuse, financial abuse, digital, social abandonment? I mean, what kind of abuse are you accusing him of? Because I don't see any of that. And as a member of BTS, an all-male group, I don't see where he would be abusive to any of the members and they would tolerate it and not, you know, do something about it. Or if he was abusive to someone else and the members knew something about it and didn't call him out on it. So again, I have to ask, what abuse? You put a label on him and called him abusive and said he's abusive, he doesn't deserve Tay, he doesn't deserve Jimin. Who gave you the authority to determine this? And on what authority do you have to call him abusive? Is he abusive towards you or someone that you know personally and they have spoken to you and said that, you know, JK was abusive to him? Let me know. I want the tea, you know, I do. I want the tea. Make sure you put a lot of cream in that because, you know, I need to know all the 411 on why he's abusive and who is he abusive to. But because you put a label on him, I want to know how he's abusive to you because that's what you're saying. He's abusive. He don't deserve this and he don't deserve that. So if you have firsthand knowledge of any abuse that he has contributed towards someone you know or you yourself, please let me know in the comment section. I'm looking forward to all of it. Also, I, you know, want to know why, you know, he gets so much hate when it comes to the ships that you guys put him in. Because these shipping channels out here manufactured a narrative to fit their agenda. And the problem that I found within a lot of these shipping channels in the comment section is that y'all believe so wholeheartedly into these ships that you checked out of reality. And so you're living in a altered universe that is on the other spectrum from the reality of what BTS themselves live. And now you're holding these members accountable for your own actions. So again, I would like to know why that is. Why, if you believe in these ships, do you not try to differentiate the difference between fantasy and reality? Because these members are getting flack, disrespected, labels placed upon them for someone else's doing. So they're being held accountable for somebody else's actions. And a lot of these channels do tell you in the beginning of their video that it's for entertainment purposes, but some of you take that meaning and flip it because you believe in it. And it's okay. It's okay to have your viewpoint. It's okay to have your opinions. If you believe in that shit, believe in it. I'm not here to, you know, despair you or discourage you from believing what you want to believe. I'm just here asking questions as to why you hold these members accountable for your own actions. So again, I welcome any comment as long as it's appropriate, as long as it's respectful, and, you know, answering my questions. If you have any information from the original content that BTS has, you know, released, let me know. I would love to go into that section, view that original content, and get my own viewpoints from it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to your comments in the comment section. Thank you.